Watch this. Hey, Emo. Move forward.
Когда я только начинала играть.
Special grade incoming.
One day, I will create...
When you drop the puck, air rushes up from thousands of tiny holes, lifting it and letting it fly across the surface. You see, the table was loosely based on ice hockey, but while pucks glide on ice, they barely move on other surfaces. To solve this, a powerful fan is hidden underneath the table, pumping air in to create a thin cushion underneath the pucks, letting the puck sail smoothly across the surface, just like ice. When you drop the puck, air rushes up from thousands of tiny holes.
Okunmuş ek.
Sit with the Y at U of A, and all the majors at the labels. Reboot as soon as I am able. Every other day I'm wondering.
The bird swallows the sharp rocks after eating its prey, and these end up inside its stomach. Now, this is because it doesn't have teeth to chew with, meaning the bones in its food could puncture its intestines. But if it eats these rocks, they'll rub against the bones. This slowly crushes them, allowing them to be digested. And once the stones are smoothed out, the bird will spit them out and swallow new ones. The bird swallows the sharp rocks after eating its prey, and these end up inside its stomach. Now, this is because it doesn't have teeth to chew with, meaning they built a giant metal wheel and stuck an entire room inside before bolting all of the furniture down. Next, they strapped the camera onto the room while the dancer climbed inside the room. Motors then spun the wheel, making the room and camera rotate while gravity held the dancer in place. And by timing his movements perfectly, he could jump from the floor to the walls before finally dancing on the ceiling. They built a giant metal wheel and stuck an entire room inside before bolting all of the furniture down. Next, they strapped the camera onto the room while the dancer climbed inside the room. Motors then spun the wheel, making the room and camera They poured the bullets into the pot before covering them with water and boiling them for hours. You see, the soldiers hoped this would damage the material inside while keeping the outer shell the same. This way, they could trade the ammunition for food. And if the ammo was sold to their enemies, the damaged bullets wouldn't fire correctly, which would jam their guns. But modern bullets can actually handle a ton of heat, so even after boiling them, they still fired perfectly. They poured the bullets While he was studying, a hand reached through the window and dropped a velvet case onto his desk. Inside were 2 glowing contact lenses. He slid one onto each eye, and immediately the text on the page moved. Diagrams animated, labels slid in place, and the answers appeared right on the paper. Every problem was solved before he even finished reading it. On the way out of the library, he saw the man who gave him the lenses watching in the distance. During labs, the lines he needed to cut appeared as paths, and when taking a test, every question lit up with answers only he could see. He graduated at the top of his class and saw the mysterious man again in the crowd. Years passed by, and he became a legend in the industry. While operating, overlays hovered over organs, showing him exactly what to do. And every single one of his patients survived. After years of this, the call came. The president had suffered a stroke live on air. Emergency surgery was needed, and he was their best bet. His hands were shaking as he scrubbed in, but as he stood over the president, the lenses immediately brightened, drawing neat paths across the failing heart. He began to push the scalpel into the skin, but then everything disappeared. There was nothing to guide his hands. Shaking, he pushed the scalpel anyway and cut too deep. Blood spurted up over his arms, and it was too late. Monitors were flatlining. The president was dead. The crowd was horrified as they looked down at the body, except for one man. He was completely unfazed, with a faint smile on his face as he turned and walked away. You should look for a river if you get lost in the woods and watch which way it flows, then follow it. Press the wood against a curved wall, then the floorboard snapped under his feet at the abandoned building, and he fell straight down a sewer pipe. And when he hit the water, the current swept him away for nearly a mile, leaving him trapped in total darkness. Over 100 rescuers searched the pipes with floating cameras, and 12 hours later, they spotted muddy handprints along the walls. They rushed to an opening nearby where they heard him cry for help, and after tossing down a rope for him to grab, they finally pulled him out, covered in sewage, but alive. The floorboard snapped under his feet at the abandoned building, and he fell straight down a sewer pipe. And when he hit the water, the current swept him away for nearly a mile, leaving him trapped in total darkness. Over 100 rescuers They built a giant metal frame and covered it with a thick rubber skin before sticking in hoses filled with pressurized air to make it move around. And after connecting it to a crane, the shark could swim underwater and even pop out from the waves. But they only tested it in fresh water, so when the shark was put into the sea, the salt water rusted over the electrical parts. It stopped moving and then sank. So instead, the director shot several scenes from the shark's point of view, which meant he barely had to show it at all, and what you imagined in the water ended up being far scarier than any rubber prop could ever be. They built a giant metal frame. The blind man climbs the tree while listening to directions from his armless friend below. He cuts out small shoots to replant before the armless man tucks a shovel between his cheek and shoulder, using his feet to push it into the soil and dig holes. The blind man places the shoot inside the holes, and his friend gathers water from the river with a bucket and his feet. For 13 years, they've been doing it this way every day, in the hopes of restoring their village. And even though their work has been destroyed by drought and then floods, they still haven't stopped planting. The blind man climbs the tree while listening to directions from his. When someone dies in the house, the beekeeper will gently knock on the hive, according to tradition. Then they'll whisper the dead person's name inside. Some even place a black cloth over the hive, while others turn it towards the funeral procession. Now, at weddings, the couple introduces themselves to the bees before a bright cloth is tied to the hive, and a piece of cake is left behind. Now, beekeepers have done this for centuries, because if they don't keep the bees up to date, well, they just might stop making honey. When someone dies in the house, they made the caterpillars smell the chemical. Then tiny electric shocks shot through its body, which taught it to avoid that smell. And when the caterpillar was ready to transform, it dug into the earth and shed its skin one final time. Next, its own cells began breaking it down from the inside. Its muscles and organs were recycled, turning its tissues into a nutrient fluid. And when the transformation was finally complete, they tested it again with that same smell, and immediately it turned away, meaning the moth still remembered its life as a caterpillar. They made the caterpillars smell the chemical. Then tiny electric shocks shot through its body, which taught it to avoid that smell. And when the caterpillar was ready to transform, it dug into the earth and shed its skin one final time. Next, its own cells began breaking it down from the inside. Its muscles and organs were recycled, turning its tissues into a nutrient fluid. And when the transformation was finally complete, they tested it again with that same smell, and immediately it turned away, meaning the moth still remembered its life as a caterpillar. They made the caterpillars smell the chemical. Then tiny electric shocks shot through. She handed him a 1-pound weight, and he laughed. He had lifted much heavier weights before, so he grabbed it and held it out in front of him with ease. But then the teacher told him to keep holding it. A few minutes passed, and his arm started to tighten. After half an hour, it began to ache. Then the pain grew sharp. By the end of the period, his arm was shaking. He could barely keep it up. Now, the weight never changed. It was still just 1 pound, but the longer he carried it, the heavier it felt. And that's when the teacher explained. Thinking about a problem for a moment is manageable, but if you carry that stress all day, it'll drain you. Carry it for years, and it can break you. Not because the problem got bigger, but because you got weaker from never setting it down. She handed him a 1. The toddler wandered away from his home, and search teams combed the desert for him. Nearly 7 miles away, the boy walked until dark and curled up under a tree, all alone. But a ranch dog was patrolling for coyotes nearby when he found the boy. And instead of returning home, the dog stayed beside him all night, guarding him from coyotes until morning. Then the dog led the boy to the ranch, and the boy was finally reunited with his family. The toddler wandered away When the trigger was pulled, a wheel would spin to create sparks, igniting gunpowder inside and sending a bullet flying out of the barrel and toward the enemy. And if the shooter missed and the other soldier charged, he could just swing the axe at short range, fighting off the enemy soldier. But since the axe head was big and heavy, it was hard to aim the gun, and the gun's body made it hard to hold the axe, meaning it would have been more useful as two separate weapons. When the trigger was pulled, a wheel would spin to create sparks, igniting gunpowder inside and sending a bullet flying out of the barrel and toward the enemy. And if the He placed hot milk into the freezer next to another cup of milk that was at room temperature, and for some reason, the hot milk froze faster than the room temperature milk. And even though he researched it, the boy couldn't figure out why. Some scientists think it's because ice needs something to catch onto as it freezes, meaning in a perfectly smooth container, cold water can get stuck in a liquid state even when the temperature is below freezing. But since the hot water has bubbles to start the freezing process, it freezes like normal. But since no one has ever proven a theory, we still don't have an answer. He placed hot milk into the freezer next to another cup of milk that was at room temperature, and for some reason, the hot milk froze faster than the room temperature milk. And even though he researched it, the boy couldn't figure out why. Some scientists think it's because ice needs something to catch onto as it freezes, meaning in a perfectly smooth container, cold water can get stuck in a liquid state even when the temperature is below freezing. But since the hot water has bubbles to start the freezing process, it freezes like normal. But since no one has ever proven a theory, we still don't have an answer. He placed hot milk into the freezer next to another cup of milk that was at room temperature, and for some reason, the hot milk froze faster than the room temperature milk. And even though he researched it, the boy couldn't figure out why. Some scientists think it's because ice needs something to catch onto as it freezes, meaning in a perfectly smooth container, cold water can get stuck in a liquid state even when the temperature is below freezing. But since the hot water has bubbles to start the freezing process, it freezes like normal. But since no one has ever proven a theory, we still don't have an answer. He placed hot milk into the freezer next to another cup of milk that was at room temperature, and for some reason, the hot milk froze faster than the room temperature milk. And even though he researched it, the boy couldn't figure out why. The maggot is pulled out of the body and measured to figure out its age. Then scientists calculate the time it took
The chat doesn't want to see what I'm about to do to that burrito.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, though. I just don't want any bugs in it.
Yeah, we'll go get it.
All right. Thank you. All right. Love you.
Love you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Aladori. Gotcha. I feel like my stomach is literally eating itself. All right, chat. Let's look and see if the game's back up yet. For anyone just joining in, the strongest battlegrounds is down. We are waiting for the game to come back up. It is deleted right now. It is offline. They tried updating the game, but they broke Roblox. And they're trying to resolve it as quickly as they can. So right now, no one is able to access the game. It's just completely down. Yo, thank you, Yoan, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you for the jewels. Katsuna, I can't give you money just because you give me money. Oh, wait, they're typing. Chat, they're typing. They're typing. They're typing. They're typing. We have an update. We have an update. We have an update. They're typing. They're typing. They're typing. They're typing. They're typing. What are they saying? What are they saying? Uh-oh. Okay. Hopefully it's a good update. Bro, imagine they just say the game's going to be down all night. They're like, yeah, so the game's going to be down until Monday. Sorry, Roblox isn't working right now. Bro, could you imagine? Yo, what's up? Ayo Bazin, thank you for subscribing. They stopped typing. They stopped typing. We are talking to Roblox. Oh my God. We are talking to Roblox, but Roblox is failing to resolve the issue. We are trying to repeatedly fix it ourselves and let people join, but it's not going well so far. It's going to be down all night. Bro, this thing's going to be down all night long, bro. Oh my God. Dang, dude. Jeez. What's up? Bungley makes videos. There's no way to 1v1 right now because the game is just completely down. It's gone. It's gone. Dude, I bet if I had a short stream going right now, I bet we could actually hit 17 million subs right now.
Can you add me Doro underscore 222,345?
Yeah, I'll add some people. Yeah. Let me add some people real quick. The game got attacked by the hantavirus and that's why it's not working right now. Oh, man. All right, there we go. Should we add some friends? I mean, I guess we can. I got room. We could friend some people in the chat. Sure, why not? Why not? Why not? We'll friend some people in the chat. Let's see what we got. Sainsbury PR, gotcha. There you go. Westery 5, gotcha. There you go. Mini Doggy 46. Friending some people in the chat right now. Luca David 6. Gotcha. Katsuna, I can't give you money just because you give me money. That's illegal, Katsuna. Your Roblox account will get banned for that. I cannot do that.
Add me rich guy 17291.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Brandon. Gotcha. I'll add your son. Sure. There we go. Oh, man. How long have I been live today? Let's see. 8? No. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, chat. We've been live 8 hours today. Oh, my God. Actually crazy. Actually crazy. Yo, Bob loves fun. How you doing? There we go. Cornbread. You go cornbread. Gotcha.
When playing games on PC, do you ever wonder if someone had a clip with you in it? Download Metal, then go to Albums, Clips.
Actually comes up within 10 minutes. That's what I'm going to do. What time is it? 7:12? Boom. All right, let's see. Let's see if it actually works. Let's see if this actually works. There we go. All right, we'll see if that works. See what the chat's saying over here. The strongest delay. I saw the map. Yeah, the map got leaked. There's the new icon right there. Also, sorry, chat, if I sound a little low energy right now. I'm so hungry and so tired. But we're going to do this thing. I ain't leaving until this thing is out. What's up, Mason? Yo, nice cold water. What's going on? We're almost to 970,000 subs. What's up, Nathaniel? We need 300 more. We're so close to 17 million. Actually crazy. Mr. Chicken Leg, thank you for subscribing. Or super chatting. Sorry. No more than 30 minutes, by the way. The owner of Jujitsu Shenanigans just messaged me. What's up, Tina Jones? Guys, I can't friend everyone donating. Technically, wait, why am I? Hold on a second.
Friend me corrupted 4.
Technically, I'm not supposed to do that, so I add a few people here and there, but I
Can
technically...
you add me? It's Brando 5000.
I can't grab everyone who donates, is what I'm saying. I don't want to... I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble with Roblox. Gotta be careful. I hope 488. And there we go. Gotcha. It's out. Is it? Let me look.
Can you friend me? It's I hope 488. It's okay.
Let's see.
You can't also it look like El Goblino.
Got an El Goblino avatar. Let's see. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Creekcraft. Home. Strongest battlegrounds. It's still down, bro. It's still down. No. Man. Yeah, the game fell off. It's only got 19 players. Are you going to visit Steak anytime soon? I would see him if I was going to VidCon, but I'm not going to VidCon.
Creek, I got some McDonald's. You want some?
Dude, stop. Stop. I'm so hungry. Stop. I got to remember next time. Next time I have a really long stream like this, I got to eat breakfast. I like whether I order some or some. I gotta eat. Oh man, like I'm dying over here, bro. Cryptic Talk 765. I'll grab you real quick. Let's see. There you go, Cryptic Talk 765. Gotcha. Should I see what the owner of Jiu-Jitsu Shenanigans said? Should I see what the owner said? Let's see. Can I play Jiu-Jitsu Shenanigans after Strongest Battlegrounds? That's what he said. Bro, after Strongest Battlegrounds, I'm getting some food. Cryptic Talk. So hungry. You have no idea. Let's see what the other streamers are saying. Wait, did a streamer have a baby? Did they actually add the cruise ship? Oh, they're laughing at my joke about the cruise ship. I sent that message like literally 30 minutes ago, bro. What's up, Cat Black? How you doing? Here's money for food. Buy pizza. I'm trying to eat healthier, man. I'm trying to eat healthier. Roblox says, okay, I have an update. I have an update, y'all. I have an update. I have an update on the game. I have an update on the game. Hold on. I have an update on the game. Here's an update on the game.
Here's money for food. Buy pizza. Slice of pizza emoji. Slice of pizza emoji. Slice of pizza emoji.
This was 1 minute ago.
Pizza emoji. Slice of pizza emoji. Slice of pizza emoji.
Thank you.
Slice of pizza emoji.
Thank you. This was 1 minute ago. They said, we're all hands on deck trying to do with this we legitimately have no control over. We're trying our best to find a Band-Aid solution, but Roblox has to be the one to fix it. Dang, so this game might actually be down until Monday. It's out? No, it's not. No, it's not. Y'all lying. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. Please. It's back? It's back. It's back. It's back. Oh my god, look at the new map. Wait, what's the new character? What's the new character? Bro, W or L map. This looks sick. You can fight on the docks. Cosmic Growl. I don't see him on here. He's not on here. You're playing right now? Yeah, this map is way better. I like this map. There's less grass on it, which is really good. Because, like, Roblox players don't like grass, you know? Yo, Jin Woo, thank you for subscribing. Wait. Wait. I'm about to do something so insensitive. I'm about to get canceled right now. Hold on. Watch this. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Bro, what the heck? It's not what I meant to do at all. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to be the first streamer ever to go on the hantavirus cruise ship. I might not make it. I might not survive. If you have not yet, subscribe and hit that like button. I'm going to do my best, but I might not make it back. We're going in. We're going in. We're going in. No! Rip. Did I just see Optimus Prime come down from the heavens? Chat, what is that and how do I get it? How do I get that?
Okay, you need to equip the tech commodity moveset and I'll give you your ultimate. And then we
Okay. I'm about to cook right now. Get ready, y'all.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, Midnight Rose and Ryan, step away. You guys fight each other. Me and Creeper fighting each other.
I'm about to fight Stud.